I just finished reading Still Mine by Amy Stuart, and it's not a good book. It's not a bad book either. It didn't burn down my house or threaten my family or earn my trust only to brutally betray me. Dana French. But it's just not good. Where to start? Claire O'Day is on the run from something. We don't know what until the author tells us and obliterates any sense of mystery very early on. It's an abusive husband. While running, she's found employment with the mysterious Malcolm Boone, who hires her to find a missing woman in a mining town that's slowly dying following an explosion at the mine. This book fails to deliver any kind of suspense. We already know what Claire is running from, which, not to belittle the very real and painful struggles of battered and abused women, is a pretty standard fallback for a woman's deep, dark past. So, a woman is missing. Claire is supposed to find her. No suspense here either. There's no indication that this woman is either alive or dead, and Claire herself seems to feel very little urgency. She dawdles around chit-chatting and clumsily interrogating people, getting drunk, and taking mysterious drugs. She doesn't even walk around the places the missing woman was last seen. Much of the suspense in books of this genre hinges on the reader needing the missing person to be found, propelling us to continue reading so we can either feel relief or heartbreak. This can be achieved by showing us grief the family and community feel, or giving us a glimpse into who this person is or was, or by telling amusing and lighthearted anecdotes about the missing person. We get none of this. Even as our tepid heroine's journey plods onward and we are treated to glimpses into the missing woman's journal entries, these prove to be so vague that they may as well have not been included at all. We only know two things about Shayna, aka Missing Lady. 1, she bears a passing resemblance to our main character, and 2, is she likes drugs, also like our main character. Another big issue here is the dialogue. Every line of it reads as if it could have come from any other character. Confrontations are wooden and stale, and not a single character maintains any of their supposed pretenses. There are no hobbies in this universe, unless you count the manufacture of new drugs, nor are there the small-town colloquial quirks you'd expect to find in a remote, dying town. Nothing to make anything seem special or significant whatsoever. Hey buddy, what you doing? Hi, I love you. Every character has a temper and can be sent into a punching and hitting fury with only one slightly inflammatory sentence. I only recognized witty banter because the author told me it was meant to be so. Claire has been bantering with Jared all night. The great thing about this book is that it fails to stir up any emotion. I didn't even realize that Claire's interactions with the local man were meant to be interpreted as romantic until the end of the book, when he walks away from her and Claire feels a twinge of regret that is barely touched on. Why is that a great thing? Because this book didn't emotionally devastate me, and sometimes it's good to have a break from good books that can wreak havoc on your heart. No danger of that here. Am I a jungle gym right now? I just have cats climbing all over me. What? What are you doing? Claire's biggest personality trait seems to be that she's an idiot who treats other people's lives and safety as if they don't matter at all. At one point in the book, she effectively sets a woman with dementia free to roam the dangerous mining town. Her justification is that the woman has been trying to get somewhere, and Claire wants to see where the woman is going and whether or not it has to do with missing Lady Shayna. Cool, okay. Proactive, taking action. Good job, Claire. Or not. Because Claire doesn't actually stick around to keep an eye on this vulnerable woman. Instead, she takes off and does more drugs. Ah, but Shayna is not the only mystery in the book. Who is Malcolm Boone, the man who set this mission for Claire in the first place? Well, aside from spewing the same bland dialogue as everyone else in the book, Malcolm Boone is the most boring PI in the world. Don't worry, Shayna gets found in the end in an incredibly poorly written climax, which naturally ends with our indefatigable heroine unconscious in a hospital bed, returning her safely to her damsel status. All in all, it is absolutely impossible to become emotionally invested in this disaster of a book. I kind of liked it. I felt nothing, and it was great. Read it if you want. It won't kill you, but it won't make you feel alive either. The end. Or is it? Claire returns in Stillwater, Amy Stewart's second book. I might read it if I happen to find it on a dollar bookshelf outside a dusty record store.